do this on myself. I got to do this myself. That's your one vision here. But really needing to change your perspective, darling, and allow those who love you to help you pull through. All right, going forward here, I feel like you're going to realize some things. Everybody, thank you so much for joining me. If you're new here, my name is Jeanette. I appreciate you all so much for coming by. And hey, if you're new here, come along and join the Ebb and Flow family. Click the subscribe button below, my friends, and the bell so you never miss a thing. And come along and join the party. We would love to have you guys. All right, Taurus, you're up, darlings. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Do remember, my friends, these are general messages. They're not going to resonate for everybody. All right, and if you do need something more specific to your situation, I am offering personal readings at this time. So feel free to email me or hit me up on Facebook if you're interested. All right, guys, let's go ahead and get a couple more. We're going to pull the entire tarot portion of the spread here, darlings, and then we're going to talk about it, so feel free to skip ahead if you would like. All right, highlighted energies, what's coming in highlighted for Taurus? Hopefully some good things. What is coming in for Taurus? We have the 10 of Wands here as your highlighted energy, babe. New information. What does Taurus need to know at this time? We've got the Knight of Swords, the 5 of Pentacles, the Emperor, and the 3 of Swords here, babes. We're going to go ahead because it's a lot. We're going to shuffle them back in here and see if any of those pop back out. Can we narrow it down, please, Spirit? New information here. What does Taurus need to know at this time? New information coming in. Coming in for Taurus. Oh my goodness, you guys. A lot of cards keep wanting to fly out at once. Can we narrow it down, please, spirits? Okay, we have the 10 of Swords. Damn it. On the floor. And the 8 of Wands in reverse that just flew out of the bottom of the deck. So let's see if that one comes back out as well. How to handle and process this new information. We have the King of Cups here, darling, and the Hanging Man. Ascensions moving forward. Ascensions moving forward. For Taurus, thank you, Spirit. We have the 7 of Pentacles, darling, your earth energy there. And what is the lesson here, Spirit? Sun card in reverse with an underlined energy here of the King of Wands. Okay, let's talk about it. Card of Gemini with this King. We've got Leo here with the Sun card and 2 cards of Pisces, darling, with the King of Cups and the Hanging Man. Okay, so right now, darling, let's talk about it. Seems you're a little bit burdened. This is your highlighted energy. 10 of Wands is a burden that this is a large burden that he is carrying all himself, first of all, but he can put down these rods whenever he wishes. He just continues to hold the burden, continues to truck on. There's a determination in this card. He doesn't want to give up. He wants to make it there before sundown, right? Unfortunately, the sun's already going down and he's running out of time, but he's pushing through anyway. He can pause, he could take a break, he can take a step back. He can, in fact, put his burdens to an end here with the 10. It's all completely on him, darling. So here it feels like you're pushing yourself a little bit too hard for something. You're causing your own burdens here. You could be letting down these rods, right? You can go kick it in the forest and have yourself a cup of tea, baby. But instead, you want to carry this all on your own here, babe. Something has to come to an end, darling. I feel an end of a difficult situation ahead of you here, but I feel because you're carrying a large burden, okay? And you're basically getting 2 10s in a row. What needs to come to an end here, babe, is this feeling of pain, this feeling of dread, and this feeling of burden. I feel like you need to allow yourself to put down your own burdens and complete a cycle here. The death of something, the death of something that's been painful. I feel like, again, with this determination, I feel like you can easily make the decision here to let your own burdens go. But instead you're determined to cause your own pain almost. You're well on your way to causing your own pain here, okay? Just a heads up, darling. All right, how to handle and process. This is interesting. 2 cards of Pisces here. You could be dealing with a Pisces, and if you are, darling, I would say rely on that relationship or that friendship, that one that's based in love, if you're dealing with a Pisces, to get through your burdens here, because I feel like you're causing your own ruckus. So really going forward, something has to come to an end. Something's well on its way to coming to an end. I feel like here you need to allow yourself to see things differently. Come unstuck from a situation that you have purposely put yourself into, or maybe for some of you inadvertently, right? You're just working too hard. You're carrying all the rods yourself. There may be somebody who deeply loves you in your midst. You can rely on them as well to help you carry this burden instead of just doing it all yourself here, Taurus. I feel like you're very persistent right now in carrying the whole load yourself here, babe. But I feel like you don't have to. You can rely on those that love you. All right, you can rely on those who you care for as well and provide love for as well, to allow yourself to get unstuck. Needing to see things differently. For some of you, I heard alone. Alone in my head. So some of you may be surrounded by love here, but you're keeping yourself stuck by not really seeing how much support and love you actually have from your friends, your family, your actual lovers, you know what I mean, your spouse for some of you. You don't have to carry this burden all by yourself. You have others who can assist with that, all right? And the longer that you keep carrying the burden on your own and not allowing things to come to an end, the more pain you're going to cause yourself here, Taurus. And the longer that you continue to keep yourself stuck, only seeing one way out, which is, I got to do this on myself. I got to do this myself. That's your one vision here. But really needing to change your perspective, darling, and allow those who love you to help you pull through. All right, going forward here, I feel like you're going to realize some things, okay? This is your ascensions moving forward, your earth energy right along with Virgo and Capricorn here, babe. But this is the card of reflection. This is putting, you've planted the seeds, you put effort into what you have grown every single day. You have watered that garden, you've watered the garden and the grass in which you stand here, and you're reflecting to see what has grown for yourself, okay? So I feel going forward, you're going to have, I feel this realization that you're not alone, because you're going to begin to reflect on the burden. You're going to begin to reflect on what here needs to die and what is coming to an end for you. I really, truly feel that what needs to come to an end, or what is well on its way to reaching a peak, would be this pain that you're causing yourself by not relying on those who love you and just going to carrying the burden yourself. It's just going to get worse. It's just going to get worse. Every one of those rods that you refuse to put down here, darling, is going to turn into a sword. It's going to turn into a sword that you will later use to stab your own self in the back. It's like shooting yourself in the foot. I really feel like this this can be easily avoided. It can be easily avoided here, baby. What needs to come to an end is your stubbornness here. I'm going to do it all my own. I'm going to do it all on my own. Oh, bless you, Taurus. I know it's a beautiful thing to be so determined. It's a beautiful thing to know how powerful you are, that you can carry these burdens, right? And that you can make it there to sundown, right? But the more pressure you put on yourself to do this all by yourself is literally the more burden you're going to feel, until you can't escape how tired and exhausted, and I heard lonesome. So for some of you, lonesome, trying to go forth with carrying this all by yourself. You're going to realize here with the reflection, or you need to realize here, that that you have other options. you have other options, and you can look into the garden that you stand and your personal doings for what you've planted here. So if you're carrying a large burden, it's because of what you've planted for yourself. So looking at that garden and realizing here, you see how she's looking a little cockeyed at this guy who's dead on the floor. It's almost like she's this wise, I'm like looking at her and I'm thinking, she's this wise character, and it's almost like she's peeping into the future here, this reflection, looking to see what's ahead. And it's like, darling, you really got to realize here that what is coming for you is a great personal pain that you're causing for yourself, really needing to see things differently and allow yourself to come unstuck. A lesson for you here, my babies. Sun card in reverse. Okay, I feel like a lot of you maybe haven't been your happiest, right? You may feel very drained at this time. When the sun is reversed, it's almost like the illumination is drained. Okay, things here not coming to light. It's like it gets sucked right out for me here. I'm feeling there's no peace, no warmth, no joy. This coming in a lesson for you. I feel like you're causing your own burdens here, darling, and you have yet to have this illumination as well. Okay, you're not having a good time carrying this whole load by yourself, even though you're determined to do it. I feel like, again, you'd have better luck here, babe, if you reach out to those that love you and reach out to them in a loving way. But this is coming in a lesson for you. You've maybe purposely been ignoring this for a long time. Going forward, you're going to have to reflect. And maybe that's where you're going to see this in your lessons, that you've been ignoring some things. Things are not illuminated here, kind of keeping yourself in the dark, keeping yourself stuck. This coming in a lesson here, babe. I feel like you really need to follow your personal truth here, sweetie, and realize what it is that you're doing to yourself here, because you're creating your own heartbreak. You're creating your own stagnancy, all right? Underlined energy with the card of Gemini, this King of Swords. He's very knowledgeable. He's very knowledgeable, very truthful, very honest. He's an outspoken character. This guy is not afraid to tell it like it is, just like the Queen here. But with that masculine energy, it's going forth with truth as well. The Kings are all very action-based individuals. They're action-based masculine energies. Don't get hung up on the gender of the cards. We all have those masculine and feminine energies, darling. But really needing to go forth with some self-expression and be truthful and honest. I feel the majority of this is you need to be truthful and honest with what you're creating for yourself. Okay, baby? Because you refuse to ask for help here. It's like you refuse to acknowledge just yet that it's your own doings, that you're keeping yourself stuck. You'll continue to keep yourself stuck until you do the inner reflection and really take a look at what you're growing here, darling, to realize where maybe you've been pulling the wool over your own eyes for quite some time here, okay? Not going forth with something that's going to make you personally happy as well, okay? I just heard fear. So for some of you, you're afraid to let go of the burden. You're afraid to ask for help here. It does not signify weakness, Taurus. I just want to throw that out. Having help helps. There's nothing about that signifies weakness, although you may be feeling that way, okay? And that may be why you're so determined to carry it on your own. But needing to really come to light here some things that I feel you've been purposely not allowing yourself to see. Okay, darling. If you rely on those that love you and rely on those that you love to reach out in a loving way and express your truth and say, I'm overwhelmed, it will help you get unstuck. It will help you see as well to have hope to create something better for yourself. Because right now, what's being created is burden and loneliness and this exhaustion. You're doing it for yourself here. You're creating it yourself. Highlighted advice, highlighted energies here, baby. We have solar plexus chakra. And we have the waiting game. Okay, here, babe. Some of you have have purposely got yourself stuck into a waiting game. You may be thinking there's something you have to wait for. Okay? I feel that this is a burden you're putting on yourself here. That you're putting maybe time restrictions or some sort of restriction upon yourself, waiting for something, waiting for the burden to lighten itself, waiting for the time to run out on something and push yourself just as far as you possibly have to until you run out of time. The only one who's wielding this hourglass here, babe, is you. You're creating your own time restrictions here, needing to make the decision with the two to let go of those burdens here, babe. Solar plexus chakra here, sweetie. Whenever the chakra cards come out, they are chakras that need to be realigned, healed, or focused on, okay? Here with the solar plexus, it's talking about your gut instincts. It's talking about going forward. I mean, literally here, I feel like I almost said staggled. You've staggled yourself. That's not even a word. You've stifled yourself to the point here, darling. Maybe giving other people your power, giving the universe your power. Okay, I'll wait, universe. I'll carry it. I'll do it. But the universe is just going, okay, if you want some sort of time restriction, here's your hourglass. Taurus, you're wielding it. So needing to make that decision here. Going forward, I feel like you should definitely heal this chakra. Babes, we'll see if there's any others that pop out. But needing to come into a realization here and follow your instincts to realize that it's you creating it here. And that you can easily go forward. I see a 5 here with the 3 and the 2 sitting right in front of my face. Something here needing to change. Something here needing to die. Okay, darling, I feel like you're putting too much pressure on yourself. When the time restrictions, they don't even exist. New information, they only exist by your standards and nobody else's here, babe. Choose wisely, her darling. And emotional loss. Okay, so you've got 2 cards here of emotion with the green borders. Okay, so heart chakra energy, needing to make a better choice for yourself here, darling, and allow something to change and or die. I feel like you'd have better luck if you chose wisely, saw things maybe for what they really are, and realizing here that any kind of like you push yourself and you push yourself and you push yourself to a point where you're almost like emotionally drained. It's like a loss of a bit of your soul. It's like you're exhausted, don't want to go forward any longer, okay? I feel that this being new information for you, Spirit is really highlighting, darling, to choose a better path for yourself. You can let this die now, and you can change something now before it becomes a gigantic bog down and a gigantic draining of your energy here, darling, okay? If you choose wisely to see what you're doing yourself here, and I really feel very strongly taking back your power. I feel like you've given the universe your power and said, okay, I have no direction in this. I have no, I'm not going to really pay attention to my instincts. I'm going to just kind of sit here and allow time to pass because somebody else is dictating that. I'm not. I'll just keep carrying this alone, you know? But you're doing it to yourself here, baby. You don't have to do that. You can go forward. And you can speed up this process by allowing this to die before you're sticking yourself in the back with these swords, you feel me? Choosing a better path now to allow something to change. How to handle and process. Because this time is only wielded by you here, Taurus. You're very, very powerful. It will also, time will tick, 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 and it will get to a point where you literally have no other option but to go, okay, I'm going to finally look at this and see what I did to myself. But by then you're hurt. By then you're burdened to a point where you're physically drained and you're like lying there with all these swords in your back that you put there, baby, and there's a better path for you. If you take the bull by the horns here, Taurus, and really roll with your drive here, because I feel like you're creating it for yourself, and it may take too long for you to realize that, but I'm telling you now, you can change it now before it becomes that big. All right, take your power back here, darling. That's a lot. Can we narrow it down, please, Spirit? How to handle and process. Thank you, Spirits. How to handle and process for you, darlings. We have patience and planning here, babies. Sacral chakra, another needing to be healed or aligned. Suffering in silence. No, never suffer in silence here. Baby is light. You have another 10s. You got 3 10s already here. Really needing to follow your personal light here, babes. Allow something that's not serving you or working for you any longer to die. Change your direction here, baby. I feel it's really important for you to follow those here. They can help you with the burden, right? Those that love you and those that you love can help you redirectionalize. I'm coming up with these words, they're not even words. Find the redirection here, darling, that you seek to go for your personal light, allowing that which does not serve you to die. Finding light within the love as well to create better things for yourself here, darling. Another chakra that needs to be realigned or healed. I knew, when I said drive earlier, I really envisioned the sacral chakra card. Okay, this is that passion, your passion zone, your drive, this is another chakra for you, darling, that needs to be healed. There may be a directional issue here as well, where you're not sure which way to go, and you're just kind of holding the burden and trucking through the forest, and you may not even care about the direction because you've lost all this luster by putting so many swords on your back, carrying all this burden yourself. So many of those rods, they weigh you down. So here it's like you're beat down. You get to a point where it's like you're just going forth with it, but you don't have to carry this burden on your own here, babe. In the physical realm, having patience and planning here. You've got 2 7s here for these. Coming into an essence of better luck and allowing something to change, because we equal these to be a 14, breaking down to a 5, right? Changes, decisions. You've got some major things going on here. In order to ground yourself, darling, I feel have patience with yourself to plan a new direction and realize that you're very blessed here, Taurus, to have those that love you and that want to help you get unstuck, okay? There's never any reason to suffer in silence. This blue energy, it's all mental here, darling. When you're just carrying the burden on your own and you're not expressing anything of what you're carrying here, needing to find more balance in your direction and more balance in the realization here of what you're creating for yourself. A completion with this 9, you are feeling completely burdened to a point where it needs to die here, Taurus. Please allow yourself to go forward and don't keep yourself stuck in suffering and silence. Self-expression here is needed. And know that you're loved. Know that there are those who want to help you carry the burden before this ends up being you. Okay? And you have a choice here to vocalize what you need from those that love you. Okay? And those that you love. I would, again, say heal those chakras. Ascensions going forward for Taurus. Heal those chakras because that's going to help you stay grounded as well with where you stand here, darling, and to allow you to get rid of that mental blockage that you've been feeling. Our first major from this deck, Harmony here, darling. And more of this mental energy, heartache and loss. Going forward, don't allow old heartache and loss when you look back and you reflect on your garden here, babe. try hard not to bring in this old mental energy here, because again, with those decisions to allow emotional loss to die before it drains you, right? This heartache and loss, it will drain you as well. It'll start in your mind until you bring it back into your reality here, and you end up growing it in your garden, really needing to see things for what they are, see them clearly here as well. And going forward, coming into alignment with your highest self, mind, body, spirit, the whole nine, mind, body, and your highest spirit, to create harmony within yourself. And there's also a harmonization between your family members, your spouse and you, boyfriend, girlfriend, the people who are closest to you here, Taurus, that love you and that you love so deeply. They want to help you with this. They want to help you reach completion. They want to help you get to a point where you feel better. They want to help bring balance here into your life. I feel like going forward, you're going to realize who is here to help you. Okay, who exactly is here to help you carry this burden, and reaching out for that person or that group of people here, to come into an essence of, getting the help you need here. Okay, getting the help you need to carry those burdens here. Harmonizing as well with all parts of yourself here, to allow a realization of what you've been creating here as well, Taurus, okay? Allow yourself to harmonize with those who are around you, and allow them to help you, because they want to carry some of the burden too. They don't want to see you struggle alone. They are here for you, okay? The lesson that Taurus needs to learn, and we have obstacles and challenges underneath the deck is our underlined energy. Intuition. Emotional withdrawal. Okay. You definitely are creating your own obstacles and challenges. Let's just talk about these two real quick. Sun card in reverse, coming right next to the card of intuitions here. As your lesson here, babe, I feel like there's something here you're purposely not looking at yet, and I feel like you need to. The universe is saying, going forward, you're going to have to realize what it is that you're creating, what it is that you're doing here, and what it is that you've been growing in your garden, babe. Okay, needing to follow your intuitions. There's no illumination. You're leaving yourself here in the dark. Okay, or you're like pulling the wool over your eyes. Really needing to make a decision with this too here, babies, to allow the light to shine from within you and permeate outward, to follow your intuitions in order for you to go towards your goals here, babes. We have an 8. Your cycles here, it's funny because your cycles coming in your lessons. So a card here of cycles and emotional withdrawal. I feel some of you may just be very, very determined to, carry that burden to the point where it sucks you dry emotionally. You feel drained, you feel lost, and you feel withdrawn into yourself or stuck in your head, or you feel like you can't get out. There's no illumination. There's no peace here. There's no warmth and joy. Going forward, this is a lesson for you that you're creating it for yourself here. This repeating cycle that keeps coming in your life here, darling. Really needing to follow your intuitions to break free from this cycle that you've created for yourself. It's almost like you truck on, you carry the burden all yourself, and then some of you may turn around and say, oh, I've got nobody who cares about me because they allowed me to carry this burden all by myself. Well, no, you were just kind of stubborn about it, darling. But that's okay, because going forward, when you realize that this reflection here needs to be occurring, and when you do spend that time to reflect, you're going to see what it is that you've been doing for yourself. At that point, you can change this cycle. At that point, you can change this cycle, and again, you can speed up this entire process by looking at your garden now, darling, and really opening your eyes here. This emotional loss and this emotional withdrawal, it's like you're purposely keeping yourself stuck. Allowing yourself to get sucked and drained dry, allowing yourself to become emotionally withdrawn from your intuitions, emotionally withdrawn here from a connection with somebody as well, for some of you. So don't emotionally withdraw this time. It may be like you to do that, right, with that 8 and coming in a lesson here. Follow your intuitions this time. Allow the illumination of what's really going on here, Taurus, to come into your mind here and into your life, shedding that mental energy and coming into a harmonization and a completion of self, of harmony with another person, or just realizing that the direction that you're going, you have all the power here to change. You're the one putting time restrictions on yourself. You're the one saying it needs to go down a certain way, or you're going to do it all yourself, or whatever. You're just creating your own emotional vacuum, I feel here, darling. Break free by having patience with yourself, really reflecting here, Taurus, reflecting on what it is that you are creating, and express yourself to those that you love. Express yourself to those in your midst, because somebody here or a group of people wants to help you carry this burden. Okay, obstacles and challenges. You're creating your own obstacles and challenges for yourself. Something needs to change with that 5 here, darling. All of this mental energy, it's being created by you. So we all create our own misery, happiness, joy, whatever it is that we're wheeling into our lives at all times, because we are the magicians, okay? So we are very powerful, all of us. But here, darling, just really needing to reflect and realize what direction you're going. Just doing that alone and relying on those that love you and those that you love, again, to help you carry on and go forth. This is really going to speed this process up, and especially if you do align those chakras as well, I feel like your eyes will be even more open, Taurus, to your cycles and what you may have a tendency to do to yourself here, okay, by stubbornly carrying the burden alone when you have help. Okay, guys, special just for you and anyone else who gets a sign. I think we're going to do Gemini today. So just for Taurus and Gemini, in the light of the full moon being released, we're going to check out what our Moonology has to say here, guys. Special. I'm going to be doing this for anybody whose readings happen to fall on a new moon or a full moon. If I remember. Let's see if I can remember that much. And let's get you any further pieces of advice here. Moon cycle energy here. For Taurus, advice here. For Taurus, advice. Any further advice? That is a lot, you guys. That's like half the deck. We do have 2 cards here, babes. We've got it's time to take action, new moon in Aries, and a personal issue reaches solution here, full moon in Cancer. Let's see if we can get any others. Any further advice? Moonology advice for Taurus. Go a couple more times, see if anything else pops out. Moonology advice for Taurus. Any further advice for Taurus or spirits? Trying to spit out a whole bunch of cards at me. Can we narrow it down? Just 1 more, maybe 2 more. That's a lot, you guys. It's a lot, but we'll try to get through this. We've got the energy is gaining momentum with the waxing moon. Don't let your past hold you back here, darlings, with the South Node card. Emotions are running high with the supermoon. A time to give rather than take, new moon in Virgo. So let's break this down and talk about these really quick here, darling. Time to take action, new moon in Aries. Okay, here, that fire essence going forward, taking action. I feel like here, taking action towards reflection, taking action towards vocalization, taking action towards allowing a personal cycle to be complete. Here, with the full moon in Cancer, darling, a personal issue reaches resolution. Okay, I feel like this is definitely a personal issue because it's something that you've kept yourself stuck on. Okay, but with don't hold yourself back, and the energy is gaining. I mean, literally, don't let your past hold you back. Don't let your past hold you back. And the energy is gaining momentum. Like literally with these two, this is your decision here. This is your doing. You can go as fast or as slow as you would like. Whatever it is that you're creating here, the energy is gaining momentum. I implore you here, especially with this full moon that we have tonight, set the intent for better things for yourself, because whatever energy you put forth here, Taurus, is going to come rolling right back. You feel me? There's a lot of momentum in whatever it is that you want to create. And if you want to create more burdens, you will be able to do that. Try to reflect now. Don't allow old cycles or old past events to hold you back. I mean, especially with the fact that this is all you creating it, you feel me? So if you have a tendency to get into that stubborn energy where you're like, I'm just going to do it myself, it's just going to keep you stuck longer. And then the past will repeat itself and keep you in that loop and in that cycle, babes, okay? So break free. Allow yourself to break free. Yes, emotions are running high with the Supermoon card. They're running very high, but I feel like here, darling, like I said, you would have better luck. You can bring better things into your reality. It's a very powerful card with a lot of emotion behind it, okay? So again, focusing your energy and intent on breaking free from this cycle that you've created for yourself here, babes. A time to give rather than to take. The new moon in Virgo. I feel here it's a time to give back to yourself a little bit of love here, darling. And to I heard time. Don't give yourself a hard time anymore. Don't give yourself a hard time. Don't make it harder than you're making it on yourself. You just keep making it harder on yourself. It's a time to give back to yourself and nurture your energy rather than taking from your energy here. Okay, so realizing, Taurus, again, how powerful you are going forward to create whatever it is that you want to create. Really do the spiritual work here that it takes for you to reflect in a highest knowledge-based light. Allow the illuminations to really come into your reality here. Align those chakras. And remember, with this full moon, to set forth the intent for better creations in the future and to allow those burdens to die, baby. All right, Taurus, I really hope that was a treat for me, so I really hope you enjoyed that. And I hope that this pertains for you. Please let me know in the comments below. Do not forget, you are the wielder of the time here, okay? There is no time crunch unless you're putting one on yourself, okay? You can even smash this hourglass if you wanted to, okay? No restrictions going forward, darlings, okay? I wish you the best of luck, Taurus, with all that you're going through, and stay safe out there in the world until I see you guys next time. Peace, love, and light always to you, Taurus.